Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're starting our Final Fantasy XIV stream for today. Today we're going to be stuck on doing crafting and gathering for Heavensward. We got through the end of the Heavensward story last time, and we're going to go ahead and get our crafters and gatherers from their mid 50s up through 60 as soon as we can, however many streams that takes. So we're doing the stories for those as well. So let's see, we had started our gatherers, and we were trying to get them finished off here because that'll make it easier for us when we have to gather materials for doing our crafting and everything. And let's see, what was that in there? Oh, the bottle. Let's sort that out. Alright, so let's see. Speaking with Basil at Camp Cloud Top here for our botanist. It's awful, Anne, just awful. Our crops were coming along so well, but now a plague of vermin is threatening to destroy it all. An alchemical concoction would deal with them quickly enough, but it's like to harm all creatures indiscriminately. What's more, there's no telling what other effects it might have on the environment. If at all possible, I'd like to protect our crops without resorting to such extreme measures, but I don't know how to go about it. You've spoken with Master Martineau before. Do you think you could seek him out again and trouble him for advice with regard to our dilemma? Sure, yeah. I'll head back there. Back over at the cathedral. Yep. You look troubled, my friend. Is something the matter? Though your friend's concern for nature is touching, extreme circumstances call for extreme measures. Were I in his shoes, I wouldn't rule out an alchemical concoction, but tell me, what are your own thoughts on this? We should avoid damaging the environment. So you are determined to place nature first. I respect that. Very well, I will share with you my knowledge. When dry distilled, birch bark yields a tar which possesses vermin-repelling properties. It is a trait the tree developed to protect itself from pests. You would do well to gather birch logs at the same place the vermin inhabit, namely the Sea of Clouds. 10 pieces should suffice to begin with. Alright, so we'll head over to the Sea of Clouds there. Birch logs, of course, are over here. Looking in our log, we see here, and they're going to be over this way, so just to the east. I need those obdellas for my hunt log too. Might as well grab those while I'm here. We won't get any experience for them, but that's okay. And just need another one. Alright, that'll get us our Centurio seals for that one. And that completes our stack of 1-star clan mark bills there. Alright, so we got to get 10 birch logs. And they're hidden, so we don't see any here, but we'll try collecting one of each of these other items. There we go. I already have a map. Not that map, I don't think. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get rid of some stuff. Let's put the maps in my chocobo bag. Well, I've got some materia there too. Yeah, let's see, anything else I want to dump there? Yeah, these prisms. And the bait. Balloon bow, red balloon. Alright, well that'll free up a little bit of space for us there. I'll have to get by the my retainers so I can sell some stuff. Now that I'm back in my home data center. Let's see, no birch logs there. However, I could use Luck of the Pioneer. There it goes, makes it show up. And that's why I gathered that map. Because now I won't get another map if I do look for one. Alright, just need one more. But if you're just joining us, welcome. I hope you're doing okay today. Let us know down in the comments what you're doing and what's up with you, how you're doing today. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk and enjoy the stream and the atmosphere, that's quite all right too, of course. See, I think I could just port back over there. Save a minute or so, maybe. But we're doing crafting and gathering in Heavensward today. Once we get all of our crafters and gatherers up through 60 and finish with their stories in Heavensward, then we'll move on to Stormblood. Have you found a way to protect our crops? Well, let's see. Try these birch logs. To think that such a method existed. I'll begin extracting tar from these logs at once. Once again, I'm in your debt. I don't know what I would have done without you, and the thought of it shames me. Here I am professing to put nature first, yet I was powerless in the face of this trial. When I mentioned my plight to Mistress Muji, she said she was very worried for me. She even offered to help in any way she could. Please pass along my thanks to her as well. I will certainly do that, Mr. Basil. Welcome back, Anne. Another day, another job well done. I shouldn't doubt. Oh, Basil sends his thanks, you say? Well, his passion for is downright infectious, as is yours. You can't help but want to help. And lest you worry, I don't allow sentiment to color my articles. Nay, I tell it as it is, and this time it's about respecting nature. Here's a choice passage from my draft. In that moment, a warm sensation swept over me, and I knew it for pride. The pride that, in this faraway land, the Gridanian love for harmony has taken root. That sounds sentimental, you say. Ah, but see, I'm simply giving voice to what all Forestborn will be feeling. A small but distinct difference. At any rate, I've got another promising addition to my series, and it's all thanks to you. Keep up the good work. And I'll pick Gathering. And another tool. Alright, let's finish off Miner. That one, the whole truth. Speak with Hamrick and Idleshire. Which one is this? This is the level 60 Miner's Quest. Yeah, we'll get this one done, then we'll go back and get Botanist level 60 finished off. Then we'll take a look at fishing and getting our miner and botanist gear from collectibles. Sorry, Professor, job's off. Monsters attacked us just as we were setting up. 2 raiders were badly wounded, and Hatchlin's gone missing. The lad flew into a rage and gave chase to the monsters. We've no idea where he went. We don't even know where to start searching. And to top it all off, it's just me and Muscles. 'Tis my brother all over again. I can't leave Hatchlin for dead. I just can't. I can't. Get a hold of yourself. Thank you, Professor. You're right. Acting like that won't accomplish nothing. Can't save Hatchlin unless we know where he is, so we find out where he is. Some folk around here may have seen him. Oh, what was her... Midnight Dew. Aye, that's their leader. You learn what she knows. Me and Muscles will see what we can find on our own. Right then, I'll head over to Midnight Dew. One of Hamrick's men has gone missing. That's terrible. Of course I'll help. As a matter of fact, a scout saw a lad legging it toward the ruling quarter not a bell past. But ever since the last venturer went in and never came back, we keep away from that place. We haven't even got a good sense of what's there. Only one who passes through there is the Gabi merchant. He may be able to help, but I don't know that he will. See, he's a greedy little bugger, and he'll hardly speak a word till he's gotten paid. Last time I tried to deal, he demanded adamantite ore. Can you give a myth? Can't give you a myth, I say. And the bastard tells me to mine it myself in Azis Law, wherever or whatever that is. To be honest, I reckon he just won't treat with me. I wish I could be more helpful, lass. Here, let me ask about a bit, see if I can't find something else he wants. Alright, so we'll have to get us some adamantite ore. Let's see here. And Azis Law. And that will show up at 12 o'clock a.m. or p.m. Alright, so we'll have to keep an eye on our in-game clock, and when it gets to around 12 o'clock we can go grab us some of that. Meanwhile, over on Botanist, let's start that one. That one's going to require, what was that? Chisel greens, or I forget. Hello there, Anne. Come for a task, have you? Well, aren't we enthusiastic? Which makes me feel all the more sorry to disappoint. There's been no word from Basil, I'm afraid. Whoop, there goes something. Oh, speak of the devil, he's calling my link pearl right now. If you'd excuse me a moment. Basil, yes, this is Muji. How fare you? What? Terrible news, Anne. Basil has gotten into trouble with the vault. It seems my articles were brought to the attention of some dignitaries, and they're taking issue with his recent ventures. I made certain to withhold details pertaining to security, so it's not a question of leaked intelligence at the very least. To hear Basil tell it, he's just a hapless pawn in the game between the nobles. 'Twas House Zamail that alerted the vault to his alleged misdeeds, a petty blow against House Halenar. But however it happened, Basil is in trouble, and we must help him. Could you please go to him and ask after the details? I'll explore all possible avenues of aid in the meantime. All right, go help our buddy Basil then. My thanks for coming, Anne. To put it simply, the Vault isn't pleased with the cooperation I've received from the Botanists Guild, and now they've sent representatives to convey their displeasure. Father Albiro and Sir Bengtoroy, I don't know. Bengtoroy. I take it you are the foreigner with whom the accused has been consorting. Botanist Basil, it has come to our attention that you have been using your position of privilege to sow abhorrent seeds upon Ishgardian soil. Know that your transgressions have sparked an uproar in the vault. So dismayed was Father Albiro that he was prompted to make the long journey to this outpost that he might impress upon you the graveness of the matter. Presently there exist two varieties of foliage plants called Ghazal greens. However, only one of them is worthy of the name, that which is native to Kurthus. The other originates from the Near East, and it is a pretender. On account of the ignorance of the masses, however, it usurped the honored name of Ghazal. To we proud Ishgardians it was, and shall ever be, a different plant. We know and accept no Ghazal greens save for that which the Fury has seen fit to bless us. It is a question of honor, and you have besmirched that honor by growing the foreign pretender upon Ishgardian soil. Such are the charges against you. If you would protest them, know that words alone shan't suffice. Nay, you must needs present us with conclusive proof of your innocence. We shall wait yonder, but know that we'll not wait long. If you cannot produce the proof, you had best prepare yourself for a trial by combat. All right, complete with botanist hatchet and all, I guess. Trial by combat? He might as well throw me off this island right now, and I was only acting on our nation's best interests. It seems I have no choice but to try and prove my innocence. But how? The seeds I used came from the Botanists Guild. Besides going there, I don't know what else to do. Could you please consult Fufucha in my stead? Okay. I will run around for you. And it's 8 a.m. in game now. What? I know that the Ishgardians can be hard-headed, but this beggars belief. To force their own notion of honor upon nature. Ridiculous doesn't even begin to describe it. Well, the folly of it all notwithstanding, you will be pleased to know that we can clear Basil's name. The truth is, the Ghazal seeds we gave him are of the Kurthan variety. The first botanist of a few generations past brought the plants back to Gridania, and we have been cultivating them here since. And that is not all. Research has proven that much of the Ghazal greens presently grown in Ishgard are in fact Near Eastern. To wit, the plants under scrutiny are far closer to the true Ghazal the Ishgardians so revere. So much for their accusations. Here, take this bunch of greens with you. 'Tis the self-same as that which Basil has been cultivating, an improved strain of chisel greens found throughout the wilds of Kurthus. An expert would be able to identify its Kurthan origin at a glance. The problem will be convincing the priest of this fact. You are acquainted with the herbalist Martineau? Then that should simplify matters. I suggest you harvest some chisel greens and present them and the Great Loam strain to him for comparison. Search in relatively unbeaten parts of the Western Highlands. 'Tis in such areas that you are like to find the purest specimens. 3 bunches should suffice for your purposes. Once you have enough, pray go to Martineau and have him inspect them. Good luck to you, Anne. Alright, so chisel greens for that one. 8 o'clock for adamantite. I forget what time for chisel. Those will be 8 o'clock. Oh, if I hurry, I might be able to get some. Let's see. We'll give it a run. See if we can get over there in time. We've not got much time here. It's 9:23 right now. Oops, wrong way. And where are they? They are at 8, 10. Here's our little beacon showing us where they are. Probably would have been quicker to come in from Tailfeather, maybe. Oh well. If we miss it, we miss it. Get in there, come on. Don't know about this. Gonna be cutting it close. Maybe. I better see it in the next second or two here. Oh, it's on the other side of this rise, isn't it? There it is. Oh boy. Let's see. There we go, we got him. And 10 o'clock. There we go. Got what we need, so that's good. Now we return those to Martineau back over in Foundation and see what he's got to say about those. And our botanist is already level 62. We'll be well on our way in Stormblood when we get there. Once again, you come to me with a troubled look. Tell me of your plight, and we shall see if my knowledge may avail you. I just want you to look at these chisel greens for now. Well, if these aren't chisel greens, you have done well to find these, rare as they are, and you have something else to show me, you say? Yeah, this other sample. I have seen many a head of Ghazal greens in my time. This specimen can be considered royalty among them. Well, I am thoroughly impressed, but what is it exactly that you would have me do? Talk to these guys and tell them everything's okay. So, that is the way of it. I am ashamed to call those zealots my countrymen, but come, let us compare the greens you brought. Though their outer leaves differ, their cores are identical in hue and structure both. There can be no doubting that these two specimens belong to the same family of foliage plants. I shall record these findings in a missive for you to use as testimony. There's no need for thanks. As a man of science, 'tis reward enough that I can do my part to prove those old fossils of the Holy See wrong. All right, back over to Camp Cloud Top. I want to say Clamp Cloud Top for some reason. Have you found a way to refute the accusations against me? Please tell me you have. Yeah, here's some chisel greens. These appear to be Gazal greens, but it's not a variety I'm familiar with. Wherever did you get this from? Forgive me if I'm being obtuse, but these greens you brought, I'm not quite sure how they will prove my innocence. Yet another kind of greens and a missive. This is truly the way of it. By the Fury, I must show these findings to Father Albiro at once. Holy cow, those are huge. All the Gazal greens found in Ishgard are the Near Eastern variety, you say? That is a most outrageous claim. Utterly ridiculous. What proof have you of this? My lords, please look upon these two bunches of greens. One is the Gazal accused of being foreign, and the other is the wild chisel found in Kurthis. Master Martineau, the Holy See's foremost herbalist, testifies that these two greens belong to the same family of foliage plants. 'Tis a small wonder, then, that the foreign variety has so thrived here, for it wasn't foreign at all. Nay, my lords, it was very much at home. Master Martineau further goes on to write thus: seeds are born from one end of the realm to another by all creatures great and small. No matter how tightly sealed, gates will do naught to hinder their spread. Are you ridiculing our nation's policy? I wouldn't dream of it, Sir Vangterrois. I only wish to draw your attention to a time in the past before Ishgard closed her gates to the outside world. Over a century ago, Near Eastern Gazal greens were brought over to Eorzea. Thanks to its hardiness, it thrived in our realm, becoming so ubiquitous that it displaced many indigenous species. Hey, Lily, I'm doing fine today. How about yourself? Species such as the Kurthan Gazal, which fairly disappeared, and indeed it would have had the Botanist Guild not continued cultivating it as a strain suited to cooler lands. These chisel greens found a new home in faraway Gridania, and now they have found their way back home to Ishgard. Seeds know no borders. They will sprout wheresoever the earth embraces them. In this manner, Master Martineau ends his missive. As the matter was still undecided, I thought it best to withhold this fact, but I had reserved a package from Mistress Fufucha of the Botanist's Guild. Contained within were seeds beyond counting, along with this message: may they provide for your children and theirs after them for 1,000 years to come. Oh, good. I'm glad your cold's getting better then. Fever's gone too? Awesome. Yeah, I know that's got to feel a lot more comfortable now. Well, welcome. Glad to see you dropping in this morning. Contained within were seeds beyond counting, along with this message: may they provide for your children and theirs after them for 1,000 years to come. Never in all my years have I felt so humbled. Our own people would do well to learn from this magnanimous gesture. Father, surely you cannot mean to withdraw the accusations. The Ghazal greens in question were of Kurthan stock all along. Our accusations were unfounded from the first. The matter is settled. Botanist Basil, it seems we have been less tolerant than was warranted. Upon my word, none shall question your deeds or motives again. Pray, carry on as you have in the name of our nation. Can breathe through my nose again, just celebrating the little things in life. There you go. That's a good way to do it, for sure. Enjoy the small things. All right, we cleared Basil's name there. And, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to interrupt here. Go grab that adamantite, and I'll come back to Basil. I really don't want to miss getting that here, so I can just move on. To the east. There we go. Go. I will grab a bunch of that because I will need that for some crafting more than likely. There we go. Alright, back to Camp Cloud Top, and we'll finish that up with Botanist. And then finish this one up for miners. Without your help, I'd most certainly be a dead man. Thank you, Anne. Thank you 1,000 times over. You've done so much for us already, I couldn't ask any more of you. From here on, we'll endeavor to get by on our own, and who knows, if we work hard enough, one day we may even win over Sir Vengtorwa. Now I suspect that Miss Muji will be beside herself with worry. Please be sure to let her know that all is well. Once again, thank you, Anne, for everything. All right. All of this happened? Would that I had been there to see it all. And seeds know no borders. I reckon I have the title for the final installment. Make no mistake, this clash between religion and reason will make for truly compelling reading. Ah, but I jest. I've got more sense than to invite more controversy than I already have. The article will focus on Basil's tireless efforts and the fruit born of the cooperation between botanists. With that, everything will be wrapped up in a neat little package. Speaking of packages, would that it didn't cost an arm and a leg to send those seeds. Now I've got nothing to show for my hard work. What I said just now? You mustn't tell anyone. I wanted to make amends for all the trouble I'd caused, you see, and so I sent the seeds in Fufucha's name. I'm glad to hear that they were of some help to Basil. and with matters settled, our work here is done. You've been the best of subjects, Anne. Without a doubt, this has been the most fulfilling story I've ever written, and I couldn't have written it without you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Oh, I've left your reward in Fufucha's keeping. Please have it from her when you go to make your report, as I'm sure you will. I am glad to hear that it ended well, and you will be glad to hear that Muji's latest article is the talk of the town. Inspired by the tale, many souls have come knocking upon our door, those who harbor the dream of becoming a botanist for the first time, as well as those who had once abandoned that dream. The guild is livelier for their presence. In the midst of all this activity, a peculiar missive arrived from Ishgard, thanking me and the guild for our donation. I haven't the faintest inkling what this is about. An altruistic reporter. A reporter? Oh, I see. It appears that even the most uninhibited among us may have a bashful side. And that reminds me, I have something for you. Your reward from Muji, doubtless hard-earned, and 'tis plain from your bearing that you have grown much for your experience. Promise me that you will continue employing your knowledge and skills in service to man and nature both. I promise. I'll take the gatherers. Yep. And that concludes Botanist for Heavensward. Yeah, we could technically pick up the Stormblood one. I guess we might as well for now. Just the introduction. Ah, Anne, nice to see you once again. There was actually something I had been meaning to ask you. Are you familiar with a place named Idleshire? Yes, I am. A town where man and goblin coexist in harmony, you say? Fascinating. I ask because we have just received a request from someone there for our services, and I had been at a loss as to whether or not to accept it. However, your words have cleared any fragment of doubt that once dwelled in my mind. You may have heard that those articles in The Raven inspired a great number of would-be botanists to take up the hatchet. While I am grateful for their help, I have had little cause to do any work myself, and I do worry I may have become rusty as a result. Anne, would it trouble you to accompany me on this job? You handled your previous work in the Sea of Clouds with dedication, and I would certainly feel much more assured working in unfamiliar territory were you by my side. What say you? Okay. You have my thanks, Anne. My anxiety has given way to boundless excitement. It has been quite some time since I had the chance to study a new area's flora. Let us make our way to Idleshire. The appeal for our aid came from a lady named Edgith, I guess. Edgith. She bid we visit her at Green Grub Mud Plots should we be willing to help. All right. And let's see, we've got to finish, or at least turn in our adamantite in Idleshire anyways. Uplander wants help. The Uplander gives me present of adamantite ore from Aziz La. Yes, I do, little guy. I read of adamantite in book, but think it just uplander imaginings. Thank you, friend. You are good, Gobby friend. I will help find missing uplander. When I am passing through ruling quarter, I hear sound of feet. I see man holding sword. I will guide you and your friends there. Thank you, Goblin Trader. And let's see, speak with Hamrick, which is just outside here. Yo, Hamrick, guess what we heard? That goblin was singing your praises, Professor. Said you gave him some legendary ore. I'm not rightly sure what you did, but thank you. He's told us that he saw Hatchland running about the ruling quarter. Best of all, he'll guide us in there. Sounds like a perilous place, but we're bound to follow. Well, me and Muscles are. We'll clear out any monsters so you can follow after us if you choose to. I think I choose to so I can finish this quest. Flying, flying, and more flying. All right, Ingrid. Professor, lend us your eyes. Do you see Hatchland? Captain! Hatchland! Hatchland, can you hear me? Keep watch. Captain? Last I remember I was falling and... Why'd you come after me? Do you really need me to tell you why, Raider? I'm so sorry, Captain. I never should have run off like that. If I'd only listened. Aye, we've a black mark on our record thanks to you, and you'll pay for it. But that can wait till you've healed. Gods above, the professor did all that for me? Psh, Uplander gives me desire of my heart, what I am longly searching for. For adamantite, I would do it again. Yes, yes, even with risk of painful falling. 'Tis a good thing you got off with only painful falling, Hatchland. If the professor hadn't dug up that ore, we might not have found you alive. Professor, thank you. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. Hatchland, I think I owe you a tale about my brother, Gevhard. He joined my raiders round the same age as you, and he was every bit as cocky, wouldn't back down from a fight, nor take an order. But he was my blood. I did my best to rein him in, but it wasn't enough. And one day he went too far. It was just up in the Western Highlands. His temper cost one raider's life and put the rest in mortal danger, but off he ran all the same. So, I left him. I had to. He died alone, and it broke my heart as a brother. But I'd do it again. It was the right decision as the captain. I'm glad we could save you, Hatchland. Life, it don't give many chances like this. Well, that's enough of that. Muzzles, help the lad up. Let's follow our merchant friend out of here. Professor, I have one last task for you. Could you drop this off with Midnight Dew? Wouldn't sit well with me to leave her unrewarded for her help. All right. Teleport. Well, what happened with that missing lad? Thank the 12 you found him. I appreciate this loot as well. The captain knows me too well. We go back a ways, and I know he'd have taken it hard if he'd lost a raider. Can't say I knew he had a brother, though. More than a few folk go missing in the Western Highlands. What do you say his name was again? Gevhart. I knew him. He was here. Called himself a failed sellsword. He was dragging himself up the road when the Gobbies found him. They nursed him back to health, and he served Idleshire loyally in exchange for their kindness. He taught the Gobbies how to defend themselves. He died fending off enemy advances on the settlement, and they gave him a hero's burial for it. Tell Hamrick, would you? He deserves to know. So back to Ishgard for that one. Whoops. Maybe I'll do my botanist first here. We're going to have to come back here for a miner anyways, starting the next one. Or at least getting Stormblood underway for them. 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other. Well met. I'm assuming you were sent by the Botanist Guild? Wait, you wouldn't happen to be an adventurer, would you? Yes, I would be. By the 12, it is you! I've read all about how you valiantly defied the Holy See, proving the Ghazal Greens, thought to be native to Ishgard, actually hail from the Near East. Oh, I feel all tingly just recalling your bravery. You are truly an inspiration to botanists the realm over, Anne. Oh, how lucky I am that Nofika should see fit to bless me with this, the most precious moment of my life. My apologies, this is all just so emotional. I can't believe any of it is truly happening. Perhaps if I were to get your signature, I would have proof that... No, snap out of it, Edgeth. Now remember what happened the last time you were overly forward. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, thanking you for making the journey. I must admit, I had been expecting a party of 2. Well, speaking of that... I see. Admittedly a rather orthodox approach, but the botanist's technique stands up to close inspection. And it is precisely this fact that has me perplexed. Based on this evidence, I would say the botanist looking after this area has as good an understanding of nature as anyone in our guild. Why should they want for our help? Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Would you happen to be a friend of Anne's? Thrilled to meet you. To address your query, our problem here has more to do with quantity than quality. Quantity? Considering Idleshire's size, I would not imagine you should struggle to meet demand as things currently stand. No, that's not quite what I meant. As you say, there is more than enough here to supply Idleshire. The real issue is that we wish to branch out and trade with other cities. I suppose it actually concerns both quantity and quality now that I think of it. You see, I created green grub mud plots to contribute to a larger plan that aimed to bring a new kind of industry to Idleshire. However, there's only so much an absolute novice such as myself can achieve. I am clueless as to how I can better the quality of these crops. Well, I do understand your plight. I would be less inclined to refer to the creator of the mud plots as an absolute novice. Do you not think you are being somewhat overly humble? Not at all. I'm self-taught after all. How could I be anything but a novice when I was taught by one? My work could never be compared to that of officially recognized botanists such as yourselves. I had been attempting to cultivate a new kind of crop that could be used for trade, but alas, I am as green as the mud plots themselves. Nothing I try seems to succeed. And that is why you sought our help. Well, I for one am most inclined to grant you our aid. What say you, Anne? Are you of a similar mind? I suppose I am, so we can continue this. Are you sure? You're not just taking pity on me, are you? Frankly, even if you are, I shall accept it. Thank you both so much. This brings to mind that time we both found ourselves in Kurthis, does it not? As I have always said, the botanist's calling is not to control nature, but rather to accept it and nurture it, so that we may mutually benefit from one another. I must say, it has been quite some time since anything has had me this eager. I have already collected a sample of the soil here, and should quite like to take it back to the guild. It is time I set about formulating a plan of action. See ya, Fufu-chan. Knowing I can count on the guild's help is a great comfort, although I would like to know just who is your knowledgeable companion. Well, that was Fufu-chan. What? The first botanist herself, Fufu-chan. Good heavens, to think she would ever see fit to even lend an ear to my petty problems. I am not worthy. My apologies. I have a habit of getting caught up in my own little world sometimes. At any rate, with you two on my side, I cannot see how we could possibly fail. And if we somehow do, it will undoubtedly be entirely my fault. Well, I suppose that's everything for now. I have decided to wait for word from Fufu-chan instead of making any rash decisions on my own. Okay. And we certainly won't be doing any Stormblood crafting and gathering yet. So let's finish up our Miner's Heavensward. I didn't get anything for botanist, did I? Oh, and it looks like we've got some connectivity problem there. Alright, well, the little red circle's gone away. Let's see, let me check my network connection real quick. It looks like it should be okay. Yeah. Yep, looks all right to me anyways. Likely something between me and the servers. What? Gevhard lived? But I left him. For years he's haunted me. Who he could have been if only I'd been harder on him. But now that I know he didn't die a failure, I can lay his memory to rest. Thank you, Professor, for this and for Hatchland. You're really something, you know. A man starts to think of becoming a miner when he sees all the good you've done with your pickaxe. Just between us, I think it's time for Hatchland to leave the nest. Keeping him near only clips his wings in the long run. I'll miss him, but he'll be happier as a venturer. The lads and I can't stay here forever, neither. The world is wide and sellswords are needed everywhere. We'll be the most famous company in all Eorzea. Just you wait and see. But no matter where we go, we'll never forget you, Professor, the miner of Ashen's Raiders. And that's all for Heavensward Miner. Yeah, I might as well start the Stormblood one like I did for Botanist. They'll both be in Idleshire there. Anne, I hear you did good work assisting Ashen's Raiders with the mineral survey. The letter of thanks sent to the guild from the Count de Fortam himself was quite flattering. Then again, that's the kind of praise I would expect for the woman who bested Wide Gully. Of course, that's not to say you can just rest on your laurels now. There's a small manufactory in Idleshire searching for a miner to help with their work, and I think you'd be perfect. Their goal is specific enough that I imagine they'll be wanting you to procure some fairly rare minerals. Honestly, if you don't take the job, I don't know if we have anyone else up to the task. Speak to Lynette if you're interested. Heading to Idleshire, are we? Excellent! I took the liberty of preparing your guild papers in advance. The client for this job is a Lalafell by the name of Nonowato. Hand him these documents and he will see to it that you're well briefed on the task at hand. Best of luck to you. Nonowato? Well, yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with? Oh, you're the one they sent from the Miners Guild, are you? My apologies, I wasn't expecting you so soon. Right, yes, the job. Let me show you to the manufactory. Chief Stickchicks is no doubt champing at the bit to explain everything to you. Would I be correct in assuming you are the miner the guild has sent? Splendid, splendid. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I run this humble manufactory, leading my workers as we push the very boundaries of technology to their utmost limits. Would it be terribly rude if I inquired as to why you look quite so shocked? I would imagine this is our miner friend's first time meeting a goblin quite as eloquent as you, sir. Sharp as ever, my dear Nonowato. What can I say? It's just me, Nonowato. This line of work frequently requires me to interact with other races such as yourself, and I frankly found Gabi speak a ghastly hindrance to such business. This spurred me on to work tirelessly to master the common tongue. After all, when you have chosen to devote your life to pushing the very boundaries of tech... Wait, I have already told you this, haven't I? Simply put, we aim to further technology in Eorzea by harnessing the knowledge and expertise of both man and goblin alike. We requested your help as we find ourselves in need of minerals to aid our work. To be more specific, we're currently in the midst of a certain project. No need to be so indirect, young one. That project you speak of is the Gob Roller, a vehicle designed to aid our dream of one day reclaiming the Sharlayan ruins. They may be overrun with beasts for the moment, but that shall not stop us from expanding the borders of our beloved Idleshire. Terribly sorry to trouble you, old girl, but do you think you're up to gathering the various minerals we require? Sure. Terrific. I must admit, I had fretted that you might refuse us for a moment there. Now that we know you are willing, I shall have the team introduce themselves to you. Name's Crystrum. I've been tasked with making the Gob Roller's armor. Looking forward to working with you, Miss Miner. My name is Zansei, and it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I have been laboring of late to create the machine's interior. Most excited to see what little delights you bring to our workshop. I go by Fakwida, and together with Crystrum, have been working to design the armor that will adorn our dear Gob Roller. I have to say, for a miner, you look like you can hold your own fairly well. Something tells me we will get along just fine. Gobby's name is Stack Blocks, and Stack Blocks is sweat working to make Gob Roller insides. Uplanders' hand lending is appreciated muchly. And I do believe that is everyone. Nonowato will answer any questions you may have pertaining to our work schedule. As the chief says, I am the one in charge of managing this project. One of the perks of being his #1 apprentice. At any rate, I feel this is a conversation best continued outside. Crystrum said it best when he described the manufactory as being hotter than a Freet's bottom. Okay. Much nicer out here, don't you think? Well, that's about everything I had planned for today. I do hope you enjoyed meeting everyone. Work will start properly the next time you are able to visit. In the meantime, I'll be keeping busy organizing a list of which minerals we require most urgently. Make sure to keep your pickaxe nice and sharp. All right. All right, now, let's see, Fisher. Yeah, we'll have to go start that one. Alright, which level are we doing here? 58. All right. One man's fish is another man's poison. Anne, your timing is impeccable as ever. Listen, we've got a bit of a problem here, and I'm going to need your help to get it sorted out. This gentleman here is an old friend of mine from back home in the domain of House Rougecarp. I've known him since I was a boy. The problem is, home isn't looking so homely anymore. It all started when the Lord of Rougecarp Manor passed away. By all laws and customs, control of the estate should have passed into the hands of the elder of his two sons, but the fellow is away on his travels right now and has little interest in returning to the estate. Hey, thank you, Jillowin. I appreciate that so much. How you doing today? Of course, until he officially renounces his title or turns up dead, someone has to take charge of the house's affairs. Hence his younger brother, the late Lord's second son, has assumed control as Lord Regent. But the boy is a dunderheaded fool. Where his lord father was well respected by the small folk for his just and generous rule, this egotist rules only for himself, terrorizing the populace with increasingly outlandish demands. Not bad, just messing around in a few games. Yeah, I'm doing fine today. Thank you very much. Yeah, we finished up the Heavensward story last stream, and so we're getting our crafters and gatherers caught up through their final Heavensward quests as well. That'll take a few streams, I imagine, as well. Oh, thanks for the hosting, Jillowin. I appreciate that so much. Yeah. We've got viewers over on DLive. Their chat does not show up here for some reason. I'm still working on that, but yeah, I appreciate everybody checking out the stream today. But the boy is a dunderheaded fool. Where his lord father was well respected by the small folk for his just and generous rule, this egotist rules only for himself, terrorizing the populace with increasingly outlandish demands. Take my friend here. For many years he has worked as the manor's head chef, feeding that monster from the day he slipped the breast, but even that hasn't been enough to spare him from his new master's spite. The Lord Regent plans to hold a banquet to welcome an envoy from the Holy See and has demanded to be served a platter of letter puffer, a fish that has been extinct for years, and should my friend fail to provide the fish, his head will grace the platter in its place. I really like the fact that you can just have one character instead of needed multiply for having the class. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is nice that you can do everything on one character like that. I like that too a lot. I cannot let him get away with this. There's nothing for it. I am going to have to. Unless, might there be another way? And I beg you, could you catch one of these letter puffers for me? It's a matter of life and death. The creatures may have been fished to extinction in Ishgard, but there's still a chance they survive to this day somewhere further afield. If only we knew more about their movements. We must needs speak with someone who has an encyclopedic knowledge of the migration habits of cloudfish. I know, Sisipu. While Walla Walla goes out fishing, she's always got her head in an almanac. Maybe she'd know where to find them. My life is in your hands, milady. If there's any help you can offer me, I'd be most obliged. If it's a letter puffer the Lord Regent wants, it's a letter puffer he'll get. But he won't get away with threatening my friends. By the time I'm finished with him, it is he who shall be the endangered species. All right, so back over to Limsa. Well, 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 look what the catfish dragged in. It's nice to see all that fame and fortune you found as a master fisherman hasn't stopped you paying your old instructors a visit. What can I do for you, Anne? Well, you see, we're looking for like a puffer, cloud puffer or something. You want to know about letter puffers? Then you've come to the right place. When you went to Kurthus and caught those cloud cutters, it made me realize the guild was lacking in its learning about cloudkin. So I bought up every book I could find and read them all from cover to cover. Letter puffers are a type of flying fish that are packed to the gills with a potent poison. Slice out the venom sac and their meat makes for a tingling taste sensation, but a prick in the wrong place and you won't be leaving the latrine for a week. As for their migration habits, I'm sure I read something... westerlies. Whenever the weather vanes swung to the west, the Ishgardian nobles would go out in force to catch as many as they could. And they caught a fair few, all right. By all accounts, they fished the poor puffers to extinction. In Ishgard, anyway. It could be they still colonized the clouds further west, over in Dravanian territory. Try asking around over there. Someone might be able to tell you more. All right. And let's see, they suggest we go to Mogholm here. Sounds like a plan. Let's see. Who all do we see here? There they are. You're looking for a letter puffer, Kupo. Then Mogok's the Moogle for you. He's a dyed-in-the-fur fishing fanatic, Kupo. One time he was out among the floating islands for so long, by the time he thought of heading home, they'd all moved around and he couldn't find his way back. So, do you know what he did? He got his rod out and started fishing again, Kupo. He was here in Mogholm not so long ago, but he flew off to the north. He's not the fastest flyer, so if you leave now, you should be able to catch up with him. Good luck, Kupo. All right. Hey there, little guy. There you are. Kupo! Stay away, Kupo! I've got a rod and I'm not afraid to use it. Hold on. What's that appetizing aroma? You look like a hearer, but you smell like a fish. Who in the world are you? Well, I am a fisher person. You're a fellow fisherman looking for a letter puffer. Well, why didn't you say so, Kupo? Any angler obsessive enough to come all the way up here just for a fish is a friend of mine, and I think I've got some good news for you. Those letter puffers are alive and well, and they're right here in the churning mists. Why, I caught one myself just a few moons back. It looked so delicious, I ate it right up there and then. Never again, Kupo. Those fish aren't just toxic, they're tricky too. I've only ever managed to catch the one, and even that was an accident. A terrible, bowel-twisting accident. If you do manage to catch a letter puffer that's fit for a banquet, I'd like to take a look at it. Okay, letter puffer. Let's see. Make sure what I gotta do for that one. Letter puffer. I think you use those red balloons, maybe. I've got to mooch it from a sky fairy. Let's see, I'm level 59. I could just try directly catching it from a giant crane fly. Let's see here. That's probably a level 60 bait, though. I'm thinking, and I am not quite at 60. Yeah. Alright, so if we gotta mooch it from a sky fairy. We could use red balloons, I guess. Let's see. Or a metal spinner, maybe. That might narrow it down. Looks like if I use a metal spinner, what level is that? We got those right or no? Yeah, that's a level 55 bait. Or lure anyways. Metal spinner. And then we need a large sky fairy that we could then mooch to get a letter puffer. Alright, let's check out these metal spinners then. We may have to go buy us some if I don't have one already. I can't remember if I got any already. Let's see, metal spinners. There's floating minnows, crow flies, versatile lures, yeah. But we should be able to get some here in Moghome, perhaps. Let's see. Or in Idleshire, actually. Oh, okay. Looks like I can't get them here in Moghome. Alright, well let's go get us some metal spinners over in Idleshire. From the Junkmonger. Let's see if this works. It might work okay. Yeah, I love to get these gathering jobs knocked out. Yeah, I'll take about, I don't know, 4 of those, 4 or 5. Alright, back to Moghome. If I can get these gathering jobs finished, then I'll just be able to focus on the crafting jobs here. Just be able to use the gathering jobs to get the materials I need. Alright, back to our fishing hole over here. We may not need to get the that level 58 collectibles white script gear. We got enough pieces, it feels like, that we're getting everything we need. We've got 100% gathering at least on our when we were trying to gather that adamantite and the chisel green, so we should be good at least to get started into Heavensward gathering. If not, then we might spend a little time getting the rest of that level 58 gear. But if we can get through a quest or two of Stormblood, once we get into that, then we'll get pieces of gear and we'll be well on our way at that point. Alright, let's see. We got our metal spinners attached and we want to get large. So let's turn on patience and go to town, see if we're lucky. Here. Oh yeah, grab that. And is it a sky fairy? Yes it is. Alright, now let's move. See if that comes up with the letter puffer. It's possible we get cloud riders as well off of sky fairies, I think, from what I was seeing. So we'll just try our luck. See what happens. And it is the Cloud Rider. Yeah, that figures. Alright, well we've still got time on our patience here. We can try to get one more Sky Fairy. And it's a large one, so that's good. And let's try to mooch again. See if we can grab us a letter puffer. This time, maybe. puffer. Is it? Is it? Yes. All right. Lucky, lucky. Good deal. Those letter puffers live around here, but they don't often show their faces to fishers, Kupo. If you do manage to catch one, I'd like to take a look at it. Well, take a look at it then. Kupo, you are a fantastic fisherwoman, Anne. I never thought I'd see one of these letter puffers again, and it's such a big one, too. A fish like that would make a banquet fit for a king, let alone a Lord Regent, Kupo. Just make sure the chef removes the insides first. You don't want to end up with letter puffer poisoning, trust me. I never thought my fur would ever be this white again. Oh gosh, that sounds a little disgusting, huh? Based on his previous comments. Still, I'm glad to go see one. Still, I'm glad I got to see one again, Kupo. And since you're such an accomplished angler, I'll let you in on a little secret. There are fish living in stranger places than this. Long, long ago, Kupo, there was an empire who had such mastery of magic that they made a whole continent rise up into the skies. The people who put it there might be long gone, but the island's still up there, and it's full of fish. Some of the magic is spilled out onto the surface and formed into strange etherochemical pools. Rumor has it that the fish in the spills feed on fiend worms, but I don't know if that's true. Maybe the Moogle who told me was just pulling my pom-pom, Kupo. If you ever find your way up there, you should try your hand at ether fishing, Kupo. Who knows what fantastical fish might be waiting for you in those pools. Alright, well let's go turn this one in to Anselm back in Foundation then. How goes the hunt for the letter puffer, Anne? I've asked around the city, but nobody's seen spine nor scale of one for many years. Maybe they really are extinct. You really caught one. Good gods, Anne, you're incredible. With this fish, you've saved my friend's life. Here you are, Chef. One fresh letter puffer. Just be careful you don't cut open the venom sac while you're preparing the platter. We'll be wanting to save that poison for the Lord Regent's portion. Don't worry, it won't kill him. It'll just lay him low for a few days. And if you're afraid of arousing his wrath, then don't be. Just slip away as soon as the food is served and come to me. I'll protect you. Thank you, my lord. I do believe you will. But it's not only I who need your protection. Your people are suffering, my lord. You must come back and claim your rightful inheritance. Hey, I thought I told you to keep quiet about that. Well, it looks like the curl's out of the bag, so to speak. I don't suppose there's any reason to hide it from you any longer, Anne. That so-called Lord Regent who's terrorizing the small folk, he's my younger brother. Ever since he was a boy, he dreamed of one day taking control of House Rougecarp. He knew that I stood to inherit, and he hated me for it. That's why I went away, so that my brother's dreams could be realized, and I could devote my days to fishing, free from the burden of lordship. But thanks to my brother's folly, that dream is over. My friend, I have made my decision. No longer will you have to suffer at the hands of that tyrannical fool. This time, it is he that shall suffer. Thank you, my lord. The small folk will be glad to hear of it, I'm sure. I'll start spreading the word that you're coming back to us. It'll give them the strength to put up with your brother's demands a little while longer. Well, I think we've heard quite enough of my family problems. Now, Anne, tell me all about how you caught that letter puffer. Well, I talked to a Moogle and he said this. Magical pools on floating islands. If even half of what that Moogle told you is true, you're sure to find some pretty bizarre specimens there. I wager you're dying to try your hand at this ether fishing lark. And it just so happens that I've got a few of those fiend worms he spoke of right here. Don't look so surprised. You might be the better fisher, but nobody can best me when it comes to collecting bait. Now, get yourself to that floating island before I collect them back. Aye, aye, Captain. Maybe another time. Now we can do ether fishing. Very nice. Got a new rod. Yay. Alright, next one here. And we have mastered the land for Heavensward. Ah, Anne, how have the fish been biting? I've had so much on my platter recently, what with all the preparations to return to my ancestral home. I haven't had much of a chance to... Huh? Oh, hello, Anne. I'm glad you're here. There's something I need to speak with you both about. It's your brother, Anselm. He's asked me to assassinate you. Oh, don't worry. I told him I wouldn't do it. After all, if I killed you, who would I beat in our little fishing competitions? What in the world are you talking about, Reyna? I know full well why my brother might want me dead, but why would he ask you to kill me? I told you what I do for a living, didn't I? I travel the realm taking on jobs I can to fuel my fishing habit. What kind of jobs did you think I was talking about? Chocobo wrangling, basket weaving, mayhap a few short stints as a bar wench. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that one of my fishing friends was a professional assassin. Well, it's true. I specialize in taking down my marks with poison arrows. Remember how you had your brother eat that letter puffer poison? It seems he's keen to give you a dose of your own medicine, right in the heart. It isn't just revenge he wants, he's afraid of me. That's why he's been making unreasonable demands of those who know me well, driving them from their homes and threatening them with death. He's trying to get rid of all who might oppose his regency. Well, as long as he's focusing his efforts on harming me and not my people, I can rest a little easier. There's just one problem that remains to be solved. Sorry to burst your bubble, Anselm, but it's not just you he's planning to harm. I happened to overhear that he's planning a new irrigation project on your house's estate. At least that's what he calls it. All he's actually going to do is fill in the fishing ponds just to spite you. What? That lowlife can order my friends to put poisoned arrows in my heart all he likes, but I'll never forgive him if he dares to damage my family's fishing holes. And we haven't a moment to lose. Will you lend me your aid to cast out my brother? There's only one way that I can be sure of claiming my inheritance. I must present the Rouge Carp ring, the ancient treasure of my house, passed down from father to son since time immemorial. Unfortunately, I dropped it in the sea of clouds. Okay. But there may still be a way to reclaim it. As I watched the ring descend into the mists, a cloudfish flew by and swallowed it whole. The ring is highly distinctive, a blood-red jewel with the image of a leaping carp, the sigil of my house, intricately inlaid in silver. If anyone was to catch that fish, the tale of the ring's discovery would surely spread far and wide in cloud fishing circles. And mayhap your Dravanian Moogle friend might have heard aught about it. Pray, go to him and ask about my ring. It may be my only hope. All right. We'll go back to Mogholm then. Kupopo? You're looking for a ring, Kupo. It wouldn't happen to have a shiny red jewel with a picture of a fish on it, would it? Why, yes it would. Mogok knows all about it, Kupo. A few weeks back, I was filleting one of the fish that I'd caught for my supper. I've learnt my lesson about eating fish whole, when a ruby ring fell out of its belly. Seeing how shiny it was and where I found it, I thought that someone must have been using it as a lure when their line snapped. I never realized it was an ancient treasure. If I had, I wouldn't have... The truth is, I don't have it anymore. A few days ago, I was fishing from a floating island, and before I knew it, I drifted all the way to Abalathia, Kupo. There was a big birdman there who was fishing in a little pond, and one thing leading to another, we decided to have a bit of a contest. A competition that I lost, Kupo. If I'd known he was such an expert fisher bird, I never would have wagered the ring, I promise. Will you tell Anselm I'm sorry? Okay, back to Ishgard then. And I'm running out of space again. Let's put the spinner there, and the bean worms, and the materia. And I can descent the Cloud Rider for some more cooking descent. There we go. Oh, I must have some fine sand I can discard too. Alright, that'll help. What in the world? Mogok caught the fish that swallowed my ring? What a stroke of luck. If you see your Moogle friend again, tell him that he has nothing to apologize for. Thanks to him, we know exactly where to find my ring and how to reclaim it. The birdman who won it from him can only be a Vanu Vanu. And if the fellow likes to gamble, all we need do is challenge him to another contest and win it back. Let's head up to Camp Cloudtop and see if we can find this famous fisher bird. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. And our quest intuition conveniently points us right to where we should go. And you made it. I've just spoken to the knights in Camp Cloudtop, and they think they know the Vanu fisherman we're looking for. Apparently, they often see him fishing on a floating island away to the east. However, the way they tell it, we might have some difficulty getting there. You see, the island the birdman likes to fish on isn't connected to the mainland. The only way to get to it is by flying. Anyway, let's head over and take a look for ourselves. Oh, and here, take this rod. I made it myself. The Vanu Vanu aren't known for their hospitality, but a gift like this will surely stoke the fire of friendship in the heart of any fishing enthusiast. All right. Who are you, and why do you disturb my peace? Netherling appears from nowhere like sudden squall from cloudless skies, a rare and unwelcome occurrence. Check out this polished rod, Tona Vanu. What a handsome rod! It shines like summer sun. Netherling honors Tonavanu with excellent gift. What can Tonavanu offer in return? Netherling desires return a Rougecarp ring. Netherling asks much of Tonavanu. Tonavanu wins that ring fair and square. If Tonavanu returns ring, he returns to Moogle, not to Netherling. That is, if Tonavanu can return at all. In truth, Tonavanu has ring no more. Tonavanu uses ring to fish for Bullfrog, but as soon as Bullfrog bites, Big Cat Killer comes along and strikes like lightning, ripping away Bullfrog, lure, and all. What is matter, Netherling? Tonavanu sees storm clouds gather on your brow as if your face comes on to rain. Why you want red ring so? Evil man with icy heart threatens to destroy fishing holes. Netherling is true friend of fish to sadden so, and any friend of fish is friend of Tonavanu. Tonavanu helps you catch Cat Killer and get ring back. First, Netherling needs to catch Big Bullfrog. Bullfrog is Cat Killer's favorite food. Use Big Bullfrog as lure to catch Cat Killer. Cat Killer that swallows Rougecarp ring is fierce like raging tempest. Netherling will know it when Netherling sees it. Tonavanu smells Netherling's friend waiting on mainland. He sweats more than Moogle in noonday sun. When you catch Big Cat Killer, better take it to him straight away. Okay. Alright, so we're going fishing for cat killers. And we gotta hook a bullfrog first, it sounds like. Unless they just so happen to bite some bait that we can get a hold of. It says they'll bite on brute leeches. We need clear skies or fair skies, which I think we have right now. Yep, we've got clear skies right now. Brute leech and metal spinners, supposedly. Well, let's see. Let's check out the fish that are available here. A metal spinner might get us that, I think. We can try it. I don't know if that'll work. Might as well try it. What the heck? From what I'm seeing here, that looks like it may be the only fish that bites a metal spinner here. Oops, what am I doing? Alright, anyways, let's give it a try. We will give it a try. Well, that sure would be convenient if I don't have to mooch a bullfrog for this. Yep, there we go. That should be it then. Wow, that would be convenient. If that's it, let's see. That's the only three-banger there. How about that? Boy, well, that was super easy. Alright. Convenient. And so we can finish off fishing for Heavensward now. Alright, and so we've come all this way to the Sea of Clouds, and we finally tracked down the Vanu fisherman who has my ring. The rest is up to you, Anne. All my hopes and dreams rest at the end of your line. Well, speaking of the end of my line, here is the cat killer at the end of my line. How can I haul that thing in? Like summer sky after rainstorm, it is clear to Tonavanu that this is the fish that swallows your ring. Netherling is shining example to all fishermen, like bright ray of sunshine that pierces clouds. But enough talk of weather, let me pierce fish instead. Here we go, very easy. And just like that. The Rouge Carp ring. The very same. The treasure that will secure me my birthright and let me take my rightful place as head of my house. My brother isn't the type to go quietly, but this ring should be enough to silence him. I shan't let him terrorize the small folk any longer. I suppose my lord won't be going on any more fishing trips in the near future then? You may be right. If all goes to plan, I should be able to spare my family's fishing holes from my brother's wrath, but I doubt my new lordship will leave me much time to enjoy them. Do not wilt like flower in drought, noble lord. Just as a hurricane has its eye, so the most demanding duty has its moments of peace. Whenever you find yourself in such a time of calm, let the easterly breezes blow you back to my island. You may use it as and when you wish. Truly, you would allow me the use of your fishing hole? You too are a friend of fish, and any friend of fish is a friend of Tona Vanu. We are brothers in fins, and even the wildest whirlwind could not tear that bond asunder. Tona Vanu's fishing hole is yours to use as you please. Tona Vanu only asks that you let him visit your land sometime. A lord who likes fishing so must have some secret spots of his own, yes? You'll let me fish in your fishing hole so long as I let you fish in all of mine? Ha ha ha, you drive a hard bargain, Tona Vanu. Well, all right, but if you want to keep your presence in Ishgard a secret, we're going to have to get you a change of clothes. Think that'll do it? Ooh, I want to try out your fishing holes too. Hurry up, Anselm. The quicker you boot out your brother and reclaim your lordship, the sooner we can go fishing. You make it sound as if it's a foregone conclusion. Even with the Rouge Carp ring on my finger, my brother and his cronies aren't like to leave without a fight. It may be many a moon before I can undo the damage my brother has done. Oh, stop your grumbling. You've got the ring back, and Tony here has given you permission to use his secret fishing hole. What have you got to complain about? Tony, yeah. Oh. Just get back to Ishgard and kick out your brother before he ruins your estate. Not only for the good of your small folk, but for the benefit of fishing fanatics everywhere, particularly those directly in front of you. You're right. If being granted the use of a fishing hole of such outstanding beauty will not give me the strength to oust my brother, nothing will. And I thank you. For years I dreaded the day I might have to end my travels and assume my lordship, but with friends like you, I know that it need not be the end of my adventures. The next time we meet, I shall be Lord Anselm de Rouge Carp, and I'll challenge you to a rematch. Ooh, let me join in too. We can hold the next contest down there. It's such a peaceful place. You can forget all about the worries of the world and focus on the fish. Indeed. Just as a balmy breeze blows the storm clouds from the skies, so the eddies clear the sorrows from your soul. It is truly a fisherman's paradise. And pan upward as the story finishes. Okay. We learn patience too. Oh, good. That'll allow it to last longer. And we might as well start our Stormblood. introductory quest here for Fisher, and then we'll be done with gatherers for Heavensward for now, and we'll move on to crafting. Alright, Wawalago. Starts with Sissipu. Whither Wawalago wanders. Ah, and just the woman I wanted to see. It's about the guildmaster. He's been acting a bit, wait for it now, fishy of late. How so, you ask? Well, first of all, he hasn't been seen chasing skirts at the wench for nearly a whole week now. What's more, word has it he's been skulking in and out of the city at the strangest hours, tiptoeing around as if he's afraid of being seen. It's not like the man ever does any work around here, but he is the face of the guild. It wouldn't be good for business if he got himself caught up in anything untoward. Next time you're down in Fisherman's Bottom, mayhap you could pay him a visit and see what's what. Well, I mean, it's just right around the corner. You could probably yell for him and he'd hear you. But whatever. Let's see. Well, bash me in the head with a bucket of barnacles, if it isn't Anne, the second most skillful fisher in our fair realm. To what do I owe the pleasure of your presence today? Sissipu's onto me, you say, but how could that be? Is it possible that I'm not as sly, stealthy, and surreptitious as I thought? Don't answer that. Old Wawalago's adult enough to admit it when he's been apprehended in the act. Fact is, I've found a new friend who's been picking my brain for advice regarding a particularly puzzling predicament. Truth be told, I was just thinking of tramping over to the God's Grip to meet him now. I think he'd also be agog to make your acquaintance as well, if of course you wouldn't be averse to accompanying me. Well, I suppose that settles it. Just do your friend Wawalago one favor. Stop by the guild and tell Sissipu there's no cause for concern. And don't mention much more than that. Girl's got enough gnawing at her mind with guild goings on, I reckon. Okay. So Wawalago says he's fine, but says he can't, or won't, say any more than that. Forgive me if that doesn't particularly inspire me with confidence. Well, if nothing else, I suppose he'll have you around to make sure he doesn't get into anything over his head. You will keep an eye on him for me, won't you? Of course you will. All right, over to God's Grip. Last time we were there was for Leviathan. And our quest intuition indicator points us here. Ah, there's the lass I was looking for. Now all we need to do is find... Psst! Wawalago, what is the meaning of this? Who is this strange shorewalker? Get a grip now, Gov. This is Anne, a fast friend and one of the most accomplished anglers in Eorzea. I reckon she'd be just the person to help me puzzle out your little predicament. This is Gov. We met fishing. Or rather, I was doing the fishing and he was more accidentally attaching his lower lip to my lure. Okay. I can tell what you're thinking. A fisherman and a Sahagin make for bizarre bedfellows. And it's true, we were tearing at each other's throats at first, but once we delved into a discussion of our love for the ocean deep, we became keenly conscious of just how much we have in common. You see, Gov here is searching for a stunningly spectacular specimen of a fish which has distressingly disappeared from the seas of Lanoska. The shooting star of the sea, that's what the Sahagin have termed it in their tongue. Gov says that seeing whole schools of them sail through the sea with their scintillating scarlet scales is a spectacle of blissful beauty. It's a sight all the more precious because of their penchant for only appearing in particular seasons. Gov reckons that they're a roaming species that migrates after mating season to lay their eggs and nurture their newborns. At least they were, before they just packed up and puttered off to who knows where. Gov here wasn't going to take the matter reclining on his rear. My clutchmates insist that it is simply the way of nature, that the fish have simply died out or found a more desirable habitat. This I cannot accept. And so I embark on a journey. I scoured the far reaches of the realm's seas where the shooting stars once appeared in abundance, and I found a single fishing line with an inviting lure at its tip. The next thing I knew, I was reeled in by Master Walwalago here. At first, I was ready to gut him for having stolen such a beautiful creature from us, but he assured me that he had done nothing of the sort. Agonizes me to admit as much, but to tell the truth, I've never even laid my lookers on one of these shooting stars. But if they're half as handsome a sight as Gov says, it'd be a sorry shame if we swallowed this supposition of their demise without doing our due diligence. At the same time, I'm the guildmaster, and I can't very well go gallivanting off to every far-flung frontier of the realm while Sisyphus does all the dirty work, so I decided to avail myself of the aid of my most astute assistant. That'd be Anne here. Forgive me if I am skeptical, Master Walwalago. While I know your own knowledge of the seas is second to none, I do not know this shore walker from the scales on my back. Give me one good reason why I should trust her. I'm telling you, Anne's as fine a fisher as anyone I've ever had the pleasure of calling my protege. Housed in her head is every piece of Piscan lore and learning you could fathom. If anyone can find this fish of yours, it's her. Shh. If you would speak so highly of her, then I suppose I have no reason to object. And with that, I will return to the search. There you have it, Anne. Ready to rove and ramble the seas of the realm in search of this slippery shooting star? 'Cause I most assuredly am. But first, I'd best make a brief and fleeting foray back to Fisherman's Bottom. Sisyphus like to get suspicious if I sneak away for much longer. Alright, back to Walwalago and Limsa, I guess. Yep. Let's see where I'm looking for some information here real quick. There we go. Alrighty. Finish up this introductory quest here. And then we will move on to crafting. Spending a good amount of time doing that, I'm sure. Ah, there you are, Anne. We can exhale easy. I'm pleased as punch to say I slipped back via a side street and Sisyphus was none the smarter. On the subject of Sisyphus, I've been meaning to explain and elucidate just why I'm so worried of telling the girl the truth behind this latest little lark of ours. Don't tell the dear girl I've divulged this to you, but truth be told, her village was set upon by a suitably savage group of Sahagin when she was just a little lass. I'm sure she and Gov would get on great if they got to know each other, but for the time being, I'm disinclined to drudge up any disquieting memories. You understand, yes? and so you'll be dealing with me directly for this particular duty. Firstly, I intend to do a little investigating into what this so-called shooting star is called in the common tongue. In the meantime, might I propose that you treat yourself to a soothing spot of fishing? That road to 80 just slams the experience through for these two. Alright, so starting crafting, we're going to start with what should be the easier ones that I know of. Let's go with armorer here. Armor and goldsmith, and the reason I'm picking armor and goldsmith is because their level 53 quests don't require you to make a high quality item, so that'll be easy to do those and get some gear, which will hopefully make the others easier because they will require some high quality, I believe. Alright, so armor should be here, I believe, right? Yeah. Well, if I can get my mouse pointer homed in here. There's Blanster. You still willing to swig that hammer for me, Ann? Truth is, I've got myself into a bit of a bind. Do you recall them venturers what saved me from that unholy rat? Well, they've commissioned me to craft a piece for them, and as much as I'm trying to understand their needs, the request has got me baffled as a nugget-brained novice. Maybe you should talk to this Benether bloke and hear the details directly. He should still be waiting over by the winch. Alright. Yes, I will gladly go over there and check on him here. Greetings, you are Master Blanster's assistant then. Aye, that's right, me assistant. Thought she should hear the job direct from the customer's mouth. Blanster. Very well. We mean to challenge a creature of significant might and seek to seize every advantage. To that end, I would commission a quality piece of head protection for our monk. Sasapiku here. Sasapiku the Snake, they call me. I gotta strike swift and deadly and can't be wearing no heavy helmets. Cramps me style, you know. 'Twas a trial to even convince him to wear body armor. Thus, I must ask that you craft a helm sturdy enough to afford protection, but also light enough that Sasapiku scarcely remembers he's wearing it. Do you see what I mean, Anne? An impossible request. A vow to consider your client's needs has barely passed your lips and already you cry defeat? What do you want, Hananza? If you come to feed on my misery like some self-righteous leech, then you can bloody well bugger off. I came because I can't countenance you throwing a commission back in a customer's face after you've arbitrarily labeled it impossible. I'd wager Anne here could forge a piece to meet those specifications. When it comes to crafting light and serviceable armor, both leatherworkers and carpenters have a wealth of experience. I suggest you head to Gridania and seek the advice of their respective guildmasters. And what would they bloody know? They don't even work with the same materials. You're wasting your time, Anne, but I'll let you make up your own mind. Is that the only way he can ask for help? Proud, insufferable old Aldgoat. Show him how a proper artisan handles such requests, Anne. would seem the job is now yours, mistress. Anne, was it? I am excited to see the result of your labors. Alright, we gotta speak with Giva and Beaton over in Gridania now. A metal helm? Ah, I thought I detected the stench of the forge about you, Anne. I must admit to feeling somewhat betrayed. But I shall not be so petty as to deny you answers, child. As you well know, before one even puts saw to wood, one must first consider which variety of lumber best suits the properties of the piece one wishes to craft. The same can be likely said of armor craft. Amongst the many metals available, surely there is one that retains its strength even when beaten sufficiently thin to meet your needs. Next stop, Giva. Branching out into other disciplines, Anne. If you recall my Giva patterns, you already have the answer to your question. Always craft with an eye toward minimal waste. This approach also respects the life that was taken for the material by making the most of every strip and square. In this case, however, you may simply need to take care that you have not added unnecessary weight to your quest. Oh, thank you, Wally Wiz. I appreciate you for the follow. How are you doing today? Alright, back to the Armorers Guild then. Well, what did our artisan colleagues have to say? Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Just wondered if there was somebody out here with a Zen Gaming channel. Not disappointed. Okay. I don't know if it'll be terribly Zen in the respect you're imagining, but it is kind of my philosophy anyways, so we'll see. I appreciate you dropping in. If you got any other comments or suggestions, by all means, we'd love to hear about them too, Wally Wiz. So, in other words, keep it simple and choose a light, sturdy metal. Not exactly revolutionary ideas, but certainly fine points to keep in mind. If we're talking minimalism, then our best option is probably a mask of some kind. As for the material, titanium would be the strongest for its weight. Finally, the overall design should complement the swift striking style of your client. Hammer out the piece and deliver it to bent there. Oh, okay, one of your favorite games. Nice. Oh, well, thank you for that, Lily. Appreciate that. This here man here is the perfect mix of entertainment and relaxation. Oh, and Wally Wiz, you're a Zen Buddhist. Okay, very nice. It is, yeah, Final Fantasy 14. It is certainly relaxing for me anyways, just to go through stuff here. Alright, so see, I don't have to make a high quality mask, so that'll be convenient. Let's see. Titanium Mask of Striking. Be down here. There it is. Alright, 2 titanium nuggets is going to take me how much here? I need, looks like 10 titanium ores. Need some grenade ash, which I don't have anywhere, I think. Alright, well, let's go gather some titanium ore then. Get in there. Alright, back to our miner. And we recall that titanium is up here to the northwest a little bit. Somewhere in here. There it is. And there's some titanium. Let's get as much as we can here. Alright, we've got enough now to make a few. Let's see if we can get any more before we leave here. There's more. I'll do a round and see if I can uncover any more titanium here. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, I'm going to need some star sapphire and ruby sapphire, I think, too. So I'll gather those on the off chance that there's no titanium. Well, my gatherers are likely to be leveled halfway through Stormblood by the time I get to there now. This road to 80 buff on this server is just killing the experience. I mean, it's not killing the experience, it's turbo boosting the experience. Let's see, I can do look at the mountain. There we go, make titanium appear. Oh, I like when gaming is easy and peaceful. Yeah, me too. Just kind of chill and do it. You know, and when I'm not streaming, playing the game, just doing some gathering and crafting like this while watching other streamers and all is relaxing for me as well. Or just listening to music, you know, doing something calm anyways. Alright, no more here. We'll just get some fire crystals from this one. Okay. Well, that ought to be enough of that for now. Let's see, I've got to get some grenade ash as well. And it looks like I got to make rose gold nuggets and dalmal leather. I better check the mats for these as well. That's going to need some dark chestnut, which I can get here. Alright, let's switch to botanist then and get that while I'm in the area. Dark chestnut logs. Alright, that'll help with the Dalmal leather and rose gold. Let's see. Well, I can make one rose gold now with the gold ore and copper ore I've got, so that's good. So let's grab some grenade ash over at Blue Fog. Oh, true. I've been mostly listening to the stream while working for a while now, and it's incredibly relaxing to listen to the story. Well, good. I'm glad this is working out well for you. Definitely. And just checked your website. Are you an English teacher as well? Yeah, actually, I do that part-time as well. My wife and I do some English. We've got a TikTok channel now over that we're doing live streams for English lessons over there currently as well. So yeah, I've got to update the website. I know there's not much in the way of schedules there since I've let them fall off, and I'll get that updated. But yeah, we do English teaching on the side as well here. Let's see, Blue Fog here. Oh, I gotta change the miner for that. Here we go. And they magically appear. Oh, Dalvag's Final Flame hanging out. But I'm more than 10 levels above him. He shouldn't bother me. Here we go. We'll have a sufficiently large stack of grenade ash for the future as well. Alright, I think that's all we need to gather. We gotta go buy some Dalmal hide, at least 3. Very nice, man. I'm an English teacher too. I'm Brazilian, work with kids, teens, and adults. Oh, well, great. Okay. That can be rewarding, I think, too. When I was doing teaching overseas, English is a second language, basically, for folks. And it was rather rewarding, you know, when you could help out some of the kids there. Not into TikTok, but definitely follow the blog and Twitch. Hey, no problem, Wally. You know, TikTok's not my favorite place either, but you know, it seems to be what my wife and I are able to make work for now. All right, let's see. Back over to the market board. I'm going to go over here down to this one and see if we can get us some Dalmal hide. Whoa, there's only one here? No, I'm not going to buy that. That's for sure. Alright, maybe I should have stayed over at the Aetheryte here. This data center is not very good for buying stuff. Let's try. See, there's only a few worlds and they're all new. Oh man, I may switch back to Diablos again, just so I don't have to pay an arm and a leg for everything. Let's see here. Just for the heck of it, let's see how much the Almo hides are here. I have to be on my home world or here so I can do collectible gathering, because those spots won't show up if I'm not on my home world apparently. Yeah, only 3 available here. Nope, not gonna happen. Alright, well, let's tell you what, let's take a brief intermission here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Diablos so that we can buy things for a lot cheaper. I'll have more worlds I can choose from as well. So be right back, and don't go away. We'll be back in a minute or two. Oh, I logged out while I was on the other server. I've got to make sure I'm logged out. There we go. Switched back over to home server, so now I can select Crystal and Diablos, and we'll let that process. Shouldn't take too long this early in the morning. All right. Here we go. We are on there. World's currently full. Just a few players in the queue. It shouldn't take us too long here. All right. All right, well, anyways, I'll head to Limsa, I think. Just in case I want to change world servers here. Don't think I'll need to. The prices ought to be pretty reasonable on this one. Almo hide. Yes, much better. All right, I'll take that stack of 25 for sure. And, oh yeah. Find my item. Titanium Mask of Striking. Oh, I gotta change to armor, don't I? To find that. Here it is. Alright, so we need 2 titanium nuggets. Don't have to worry about high quality. Let's synthesize those. How about that? Now we'll be ready for the next level quest. There we go. So what am I doing? Stop it. Alright, then I need to make a rose gold nugget and a dalmal leather. Here it is. Alright. I'm gonna have to get rid of some stuff in my inventory here. Should have done that while I was back on my home world, because I can't sell stuff while I'm moved over here. Alright. Got that. Alright, armor. Let's make that piece. Just a simple craft here. No need to be high quality, thank goodness. There we go. Turn that into bent there and get us a piece of gear for it. Mistress Anne, 'tis good to see you. You have brought the armor we requested? Yes, I have. You actually crafted Summit for him? Let's see this impossible piece of yours then. Check it out. Let me pose for you. Is this titanium? It's so thin, but you've shaped the mask so the arcs and curves reinforce the weak points. It's bloody genius. I love it. I can jump and spin and barely feel the weight at all. I am most grateful, Mistress Anne. Now we needn't fear a stray spike or claw slicing open our dear monk's face. Mayhap we shall call upon your services again in the future. I reckoned you was on a fool's errand talking to those other guild masters, but look at what ye accomplished. Seems me eyes ain't been opened as wide as I'd thought. And let's see, we'll want the body piece, I think, first, because that's got good craftsmanship and control boost. Yeah, everything else is control focused, and we'll take the body piece first. Alright. A new tool, and the body piece. Put that on all the jobs here. There. Alright, and then goldsmith will be the next job we want to do, because that one also will not require high quality. Let's head over to Ul'dah and get that one underway. Go double check here with the summoning bell. I don't think I can access my retainers here, can I? Yep, only available to characters on their homeworld. That's a shame. Alright. Well, I guess once I'm offline here, I'll go and go back and sell some stuff, or find a way to clear out my inventory there. Level 53. See, we'll get a hat, or gloves, or pants. Ah, adventurer, I believe it is time we began working on Madame Peak's music box. I have taken the liberty of choosing the song myself. It is a piece of particular sentimental value to my client and her dear husband, and one of the finest pieces from the songstress's repertoire, if I do say so myself. As for what physical form the music box is to take, that is for the artisan to decide. I suggest you begin by speaking with our client yourself. Worry not, I have already made the necessary arrangements. She awaits you at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. All right, we will go talking to them then. You are the goldsmith who will be crafting my music box, yes? Marcel has told me all about you. My expectations are high, but I trust you would not have been chosen for the task were you not capable of meeting them. Yes, I can scarcely wait to see what manner of extravagant masterpiece you will create for me. It will be a masterpiece, yes? A work of delicate, refined elegance, but sturdy enough to stand up to daily use and still last as an heirloom for eras to come. It will be inlaid with a great gemstone of perfect cut and clarity, yes? Oh, but of course it will. Marcel knows I would settle for nothing less. But what sort of gemstone would suffice? I have always liked rubies. But sapphires are so beautiful as well. Perhaps both, if that wouldn't be too ostentatious. Heavens, I'm starting to confuse myself. Oh, but look at the time. I'm afraid I must be off. Do give my regards to Marcel. Oh, nice to meet you too, Wally Wiz. Please have a great rest of your day, all right? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, and you as well. Be well yourself. A music box of the purest gold, adorned with a great ruby and sapphire, sturdy enough to be played each day and yet still last as an heirloom to be passed down through generations. Why, that is so exceptionally inspired, it's a wonder that I wasn't the one who thought of it. As the music box itself will be quite large, we will require stones of impressive size to match. It will be no small task to see that all elements, gold and gemstone alike, are balanced, complementing each other and achieving perfect harmony. Before commencing work on our client's piece, you would do well to hone your skills by crafting a piece requiring similar materials and techniques. Let me see. Why, yes, a hard silver bangle of casting might very well suffice. Fashion me one that I might judge whether or not you are ready to proceed. Alright, so we'll make a hard silver bangle of casting, and it does not have to be high quality. Hard silver bangle. Oh, there it is. No, earrings. Bangle of casting. There. Yeah, that requires 2 star rubies and 2 star sapphires. Uh-oh, well, I may not have collected enough for those. Yeah, I need some more. Make basilisk whetstones. Yeah, I'll need, I guess 4 of those. And let's see. Yeah, I need one more. I just need 1 more star ruby and 1 more star sapphire. What about for hard silver nuggets? I need some hard silver sand. That's going to eat up my inventory space too. Alright, I got to do something about this inventory space. Just throw away the magma beet. Throw away the highland wheat. Throw away the emerald beans. Geisel greens, I don't know. Might be able to sell those. And what else here? Oh, I can put those other things in the chocobo saddlebag. Yes, toss those into the bag. My bait, materia. There. Should be good for the moment. Alright, anyways, let's see. We got to get some hard silver sand. Landlord colony. Oh yeah, that's north of Mog Home. And we'll want a fair amount of that. We'll make 1 round. See, if we gather about 50 hard silver sands, that'll give us enough to make 5 or 10 hard silver nuggets. Well, what do we got here? Oh, wadgets. Yeah, I need those for my Clan Centurio marks here. See, they are level 54. Yeah, Choco can get some experience from those. And I need, what, 1 more? There we go. Alright, back to minor. How is Chocobo doing on experience? Oh, he's halfway to rank 6. That's not too bad. Have some more opportunity to get Choco leveled up when we hit Stormblood. What does it require? I need GP greater than 591. Oh, to get the +1. Yeah. That's okay. We should end up with at least 50 here after this pair of nodes here. So now we can make hard silver nuggets. We got to get us some star sapphire. And for the grade 1 intelligence, oh, we need deep eye tears and mog palm. Is that here? Crafting. I guess it's a drop of some kind. Let's see here. I thought it was gatherable, but maybe not. Oh, it's a fish. That's what it is, I think. Yeah, it's seafood. I may not fish for those. I'll go buy those, I think. Crafting. There we go. So anyways, need Mogpom, Volcanic Rock Sol, which I'll probably just buy. Deep Eye Tears are over in... Oh no, those are, those are dropped from Deep Eyes. I'll just buy everything for that. Alright, so, we gotta go get some more Star Sapphire and Star Ruby from near Camp Cloud. Whoops, wrong one. Camp Cloud Top. No. Why was I thinking that? I was meant tail feather. That's right. Need to think straight here. Alright, I think for now we'll just attempt to collect just one of each. I think that's all we need to make 2 of each. Yeah, 6. Alright, back to Ulda. Start crafting these. Alright, 2 hard silver nuggets. Nothing special required of them. And little wind-up Amric celebrating there. Yeah. Alright. Got our... Oh, I already had a hard silver nugget, I guess, from something I desynthesized. I didn't even notice that. Alright, 2 star sapphires. And 2. And the same for rubies. All right, now we got to make that grade 1 intelligence dissolve. Or I could just buy a dissolving, but I don't know. Deep eye tear, 4 deep eye tears, 2 mog palms, and a volcanic rock salt. Let's see how much the dissolvent is. Well, I gotta learn to focus my keyboard first. $1,900 for one. What about for the deep eye tears? Yeah, it probably is cheaper just to buy the dissolvent, I think, in the long run. I'll buy it. What the heck? I don't really need the experience for making it, so not that big a deal. Alright, I think I can now make this thing. Yep. There we go. And We'll turn that in. Get back over there to Marcel. Have you fashioned the hard silver bangle of casting that I requested? Show it to me and I will evaluate the quality of your work. By Thal, I have seen many a bangle in my day, but never one that exuded such grace. I can see why Mistress Serendipity spoke so highly of you, adventurer. Technical skill and aesthetic sensitivity. An artisan who lacks one or the other is no true artisan at all, but you clearly possess both, and in spades, my good woman. Yes, if anyone can give form to the formless and breathe a heart into metal, it is you. You are worthy heir to my mentor's legacy if ever there was one. And yet, even one of your already estimable skills must not neglect your practice. Our client expects no less than a masterpiece after all. Continue to hone your skills and I shall call upon you before long. Alright, next piece doesn't matter, since they're all just control plus 46 it looks like. How do they compare to the previous pieces? Let's see, 32, so there's a bump of 14, and same. Oh, but the pants have some, I threw some craftsmanship in there, didn't I? For the bottoms, well, let's take the hat then for now. And we got a new grinding wheel. Alright, so let's see, let's just start with Carpenter here. Level 53 over in Ishgard. I was about to look for you. I've been checking the markets, and by my reckoning, I have enough to pay for the best holy cedar composite bow you can fashion, if you'll allow me a discount. I had to kill a number of lesser dragons for this coin. Pays shite, since any fool with a pointed stick can do for them. The real money's in the greater Dravanians. 'Tis where the glory is, too. A proper bow will let me take one's head and win my knighthood with any luck. I ask you on bended knee, friend, accept what I can pay and make me a fine bow. Alright, so now I gotta craft an HQ Holy Cedar Composite Bow. And let's see, that will... Holy Cedar Composite Bow. There's Holy Cedar Lumber, which needs cedar lumber. I'm gonna have to collect some cedar logs. Alright. First things first then, let's go gather some cedar logs. Those are, yeah, Falcon's Nest. Right. I love hearing those gatherer's boon strikes. That is why I chose to level gatherers before the crafting. They'll already have great gear and have their stats on it high enough where we can gather stuff a lot faster. Ah, that one needs just 4 more GP to get the +1 integrity buff on that one. Oh well. Gathering yield. There we go. That's 50 of those. That'll help us for a little while. And let's see. Let's go down here to Holy Cedar Composite Bow. So we're going to make Holy Cedar lumber. Then that's going to require Holy Water, which takes Dravanian Spring Water and Dravanian Mistletoe. Mistletoe we'll end up buying, I'm sure. Spring Water we should be able to collect here. Yeah. The Smothering Wastes. Go grab some of that. There it is. Who dat? Lord of the Wyverns. All right. And grab this next pair of nodes. That should be enough Dravanian water for the time being. Once we start collectibles, we'll need to gather more stuff probably. But, For now, just doing the quests will be good. Alright, so let's see. We'll need to buy the Dravanian mistletoe. Oh, we need cedar branches too. I wasn't even looking at that. Well, heck. And we'll need mithrite over here as well. Yeah, we'll need to get more mithrite ore. I've already got 2 mithrite nuggets. That's good. For the ingot. Got a rainbow thread already, that's convenient, and wyvern leather. Need Kurth and tea leaves, which we'll also need to buy, I think, for now. Yep. Unless we look up the time when those are needed. Alright, anyways, back over to Falcon's Nest. Grab a few cedar branches. I was thinking about that when I was getting those logs. I said, you know, I might want to grab a cedar branch or two. Oh well. And then mithrite ore is here. As well, I believe. Need to make 2, which means at least 8 mithrite ores. That's up to 4 game holding. No express service to there, so we'll just have to fly. Alright, well let's use our Luck of the Mountaineer to make it appear. And that should be enough. Alright, and we've got to buy some things. Right, we'll need to buy us some wyvern skin. Alright, back to foundation. Let's see if we can do this. Six of those. I need some Dravanian mistletoe. Should be cheaper than buying it from the shop, and I won't have to go harvest it myself. Yeah. I'm gonna buy up a bit of that though, because I am gonna want that for making holy waters. Mithrite ingots, we got everything for that? Yeah. Alright, well let's see if our armor can make high quality mithrite ingots by any chance. Let's see what that's going to require. Do a test here. Alright, let's see. That is 130 difficulty. See if I can remember how I'm crafting this stuff here. Doing waste not 2 and innovation maybe. Oh, that's wrong. Oh well. We'll start by trying to get the quality up there. 2. 3. 4. Great strides. Alright. That'll work, yeah. Just have to be careful that I get the basic synthesis done there in 2 steps, because if we try to start with master or muscle memory, that's going to finish it right away, I think. Yeah. All right, well let's give it a spin, see if we're successful this time. That'll work. Didn't really want that excellent yet, but okay. And wyvern leather, give that a shot, see if we have any luck with that. Oh, I need the Curthan tea leaves, right. Test that one again. We don't have a new tool for leather worker yet. See how that works. Possible. Well, we're getting a lot of procs on this one, so that should not be an issue, but we'll see. Yep. Should be okay, I think. Not that we really need the high quality, but it'll certainly make our job of making the final product high quality a little bit easier. that one. So we got all the other parts except for the holy cedar lumber, which needs 2 holy waters. Let's see if we can make that. We'll give it a try. Yeah, getting those 2 pieces of gear helps us out for sure. There we go, there's 3 high quality holy waters. Make a cedar lumber. Yeah, we'll take that excellent for sure. How did I end up with a piece of holy cedar lumber already? I didn't think I made that. I'm losing my mind, I guess. I'm not paying attention to what I already have from desynthesis and all. But I'm going to try to make a high quality one instead. Alright, so this should be fairly trivial now to get the finished product done here. Just the rainbow thread is the only thing not high quality. I should have checked to see how much progress we get on muscle memory for that one. Alright, anyways, it'll just take us 4 steps to finish it off here. Or not even that. Yeah, 3 steps. Good, good, good. Alright, well, we've got that one done. Let's go turn in this item. I've long dreamed of owning a fine holy cedar composite bow. Please, adventurer. Your wish is my command. Why, 'tis light as a feather. Even in mail my arm will never tire while holding it, and the draw weight's thrice that of my last bow. Aye, this'll fling a heavy broadhead a good 200 yalms. Thank you, my friend. To tell the truth, I don't mean to hunt just any dragon. I've got a target in mind. Guru Vilu. Bastard might as well be covered in steel armor. Even knights can't pierce his scales with their lances, let alone their arrows, but a well-aimed shot from this bow might slide between his plates. He's woken from a long sleep, you see. Last time he did, he left a trail of corpses. Guru Vilu's head will win me my knighthood and a better life for my boy. Not that Philippale sees it that way. Could you call him adventurer? He's always away from home these days. Spends all his time hunting out near the manufactory. Alright, well, let's head over there and talk to him then. Can't you see I'm busy hunting? These birds come into the city to avoid the winds. They're easy to catch even without a bow. I just lay out traps for them. Father wants me to come home? No! He keeps leaving to fight dragons no matter how many times he gets hurt. I don't want to see him. Oh. Family troubles. No luck? Sorry to have put you through that. I just wanted to see his face before I left. But no matter. I'm off to hunt, and if the gods are good, I'll have slain Guru Vilu by the time we meet next. Alright, so we got headpiece, body piece, and we get hands or pants. I think we'll go for hands first. New tool, new hands. And we'll call it there for the day. We'll start with blacksmith in the next stream, which will be for Final Fantasy. We'll be streaming, today is Thursday, we'll be streaming on Saturday and Sunday coming up for that. So be here Saturday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time here in the US. And tomorrow we're going to be continuing our Infinite Undiscovery hard mode playthrough, where we're trying for the compulsive achievement, which is obtaining at least one of every item at some point in the game in our inventory. Don't know how successful we're going to be, but we're just playing through on hard mode, see if we can do it. If we don't, oh well, you know, we'll figure out something else to do after that. So anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm going to look for a stream on Twitch anyways, for those of you on Twitch, that we can raid into. Spread the love and support our other streamers as well here. Log out there. Oh, thank you, Lily, as always, for being here with me. Let's see who I can see who's playing what and who's on here. Well, that looks interesting. Let's see. Let me get over to my channel here. Over to my channel here. I've got my sound turned on, obviously, since it repeated. Alright, anyways, let's see. Let's do a raid over to, how do I pronounce that? Kazanun or Kazanone? I don't know. But they're playing Dragon's Dogma, which I think is kind of a fascinating game myself. See what they're up to. Anyways, thanks for hanging with me, and here we go raiding.
Audible Zen Gaming. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I hate to say it, but I'm right about to end. I just finished the game. So wait, what? The Dragon Arena? Wait, what? You can do that at the start of the game? I'm gonna skip this. Welcome in there. Thank you for the raid. Were you also playing Dragon's Dogma? One second. Let me just give you a shout out. Are you playing FF14? Oh, I see. Wait, so I have to get my pawn. That means I'd have to go up to the encampment though, right? Challenge the dragon! Come on, buddy. Think I'm a bitch? Oh, I see. So what were you doing in FF14? I also play FF14. Granted, I don't play it on stream nowadays, but I do play it. I guess I have to pick one of these. Oh, it makes me go back. Sure, go mage.
You say it left a glowing.
Oh, I see. Nice. That's some dedication right there. If you're actually leveling your crafters first. Actually, funnily enough, I have no mods at all. I should at least use some, but I don't. I'm too lazy for that. The other thing I use is ACT. Yes, actually no, it is here. There's aught here. Or there, even.
That man you were not eyed way wide before.
What about now? Nope. Ah, I see. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, that's gonna end up taking me like an extra 10 or 15 minutes. I don't really want to do that right now, because it's pretty late already. Leveled Fisher to 90 before anything else, and apparently just leveled Fisher. Actually, I know a few people who have actually done that. You can level Fisher to 90 really fast. If you just go to ocean fishing, you can max out fishing in a couple of hours. Even. Actually, not a couple hours to max it out. You could reach like 60 or 70 easily in like 2 hours though. Easily. Ocean fishing is disgustingly overpowered for leveling it. Getting it to max, it would take a little longer, but it would still be real fast. Yeah, all I've got left on my main character, everything's maxed out. On my alt, all the combat classes are maxed out, but I'm still missing like half of the crafters. Still need to gain like 5 levels to be maxed. I just slowly going through them with like custom deliveries and stuff, basically. Let's see. Didn't realize I had a thing there.